telling tales out of school ain't part of my flow. I'm not a boy with a toy playing tit for tat, but I'm a man with a woo, get into that. I remember when you used to hold me down. Looking back, all you did was fooling around. It was all about you. Well, Happy New Year to you, and welcome to the first episode of Food and a Single Guy of 2019. I hope you've had a wonderful New Year celebration. Lord knows I had. It was very quiet and peaceful, just the way I like it. Anyways, you guys, on this episode of Food and a Single Guy, I am going to be baking cookies. There's nothing wrong with your hearing. I said I am going to be baking some cookies. Yes, I know some of you must be looking at me like, has he gone crazy? No, but I'm trying to expand my horizons and I'm trying to share with you stuff other than cooking and cooked food. All right, we're going to be doing some baking. All right. Now let me give you the backstory on these cookies, because what I'm going to make on this video are we call them Gomma Koekjes in my native Creole language, or in Dutch it's pronounced Gomma Koekjes. And the cassava starch, the flour of the cassava starch, that is what we call in my Creole language gomma. Now, because the flour of cassava starch is very hard to come by in this country, and even in my country it's very expensive and very hard to come by, we can get away with making these cookies with some cornstarch. The finished product is 99.9 the same, but traditionally these are made with the flour of cassava starch. All right? Now I'm going to list all the ingredients in the information box below the video for your convenience. But before we get on with the baking, you guys, I want to share with you a short little story. A short one. In 2008, I went home. I went to my native country for a vacation and to visit family and everything. And my late godmother used to always make these cookies because she was a baker. She would make cakes and all of that stuff. And she knew that I don't do sweets, but these cookies were one of my weaknesses. And she would make the big ones with the real cassava starch, right? So 2 days before I came back up, she said, you need to come over to the house because I have a little some for you. Baby, when I tell you, she made a bucket full of these cookies, and they were pure white, but they're very brittle. That is what the cassava starch does to these cookies. They're very brittle and very fragile. So you have to carry them carefully. Don't manhandle the bucket or the container because you're gonna break them. Getting these cookies through airport security was pure torture. Here we have Miss, I am the airport security officer and you're going to do as I say, bitch from hell. And we have the cocaine sniffing dogs. Now mind you, the dog has just 2 seconds ago licked his ass, licked his balls, and now you're gonna allow the dog to sniff at my cookies. I was like, ma'am, you know what these cookies are. You are familiar with them, you can smell them. She's like, we have to take extra measures. I'm like, let me get back to my nahamrengekyo, because I'm not spending a second in airport jail for punching some security officer bitch from hell in the nostril. Anyways, you guys, the cookies arrived whole and I enjoyed them for a good month. Yeah, because like I said, they're quite filling. All right, now without further ado, let us continue. Okay, you guys, so over here in my mixing bowl, I have about 125 grams of unsalted butter, cubed and at room temperature, and 125 grams of white sugar. To this, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla. So next, we're going to mix this until it turns into a nice smooth batter. All right, you guys, so this is what you want. You want the butter and the sugar to be mixed well. And now what we're going to add is 1 egg. We're going to add our egg just like so. And then we're going to continue to mix this. All right, you guys, so you want to mix the egg into the butter and the sugar until it turns into a smoother batter. Next, what we're going to add is a pinch of salt. Just like so. And we're also going to add 250 grams of cornstarch. Just bit by bit. Just like so. And now we're gonna carefully mix this. All right. So with a spatula, I am going to scoop the batter into the bowl so we can mix all of it evenly. So next what we're going to do, we're going to add the rest of the cornstarch, just like so, and we're going to continue to mix this very carefully. So I've added a little bit more cornstarch to my batter because it's still a little too wet. So we're gonna gently mix this again. Alright, now let's see what's going on here. Okay, you guys, so at some point the batter is going to be too thick for your mixer to handle. And in addition to that, you're gradually adding some cornstarch to the batter because you want to end up with a dough that looks a little something like this. See what I'm talking about? So you're going to have to do some kneading of your own. And this is the part of baking that I so don't like. I don't like to get my hands dirty, but you know, anything for you guys. All right? So next what I'm going to do, I am going to roll out this dough, and then I'm going to use my cookie cutter to cut nice little cookies into it, upon which we're going to transfer those bad boys to our oven that is preheating as we speak. All right, you guys, I'm going to sprinkle some cornstarch on my silicone rolling mat right now. I'm going to transfer this dough to the mat. I'm going to lightly flour my rolling pin. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll out this dough. And I'm not going to roll it out too thin because I want reasonable thickness. And there we go. Nice little cookie. Now you guys, I want you to keep the following in mind. Because I am making gigantic cookies and rather thick cookies, I had to monitor my oven like a hawk in the Kalahari Desert. Oh yes, because if you're making the smaller cookies, they're gonna take 15 to 20 minutes max to cook, all right? They're done. And the key is, you don't want these cookies coming out of the oven all dark and brown and stuff. They need to come out of the oven white. That is the way it's supposed to be. If your cookies are brown, it's a fail. And I was not interested in failing. Okay. Okay, you guys, so these are ready for the oven. We're gonna bake these at about 175 degrees C for about 15 minutes. And do keep in mind, you don't wanna burn them. These should come out of the oven looking very pale and very white. Now when they come out of the oven, they should look a little something like this, and I can tell you that they were the bomb. But please, and I cannot stress this enough, do not overeat. They do fill you up quickly, and eat carefully because you can choke very easily on these cookies, okay? Anyways, you guys, if you decide to try my Gomma Koekjes, let me know how it turned out because I'm always interested in hearing from you. You can also interact with me on Instagram at AMARU Cooks. I will definitely talk back to you. And that's it. I will see you in the next video, and I want to wish you yet again a happy new year. Until the next one, you guys. Bye.